I did think I did thought I did what I thought I clicked it. I did not click it.
Bro, you write your own scripts. That's crazy.
I do. You write you're on too. What the fuck do you mean?
No, but it's, I thought I think I thought
I think I thought.
we are live.
We are? Oh, dope.
Yep.
What's up, my home slices? How are you guys doing today? You know,
Guys, welcome back to the stream. The
day in the
stream
life of
where
an epic
people stream.
day in the life of an epic gangster like myself.
What's up, my fellow prankster gangsters? It's your boy Pink Sheep.
Oh yeah. Um. Yeah, if you saw the post or you saw like the thing in Discord, this stream is very interesting. There's a huge announcement at the end. Um, it involves your mother. You know, that's all.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
That's
I
all that.
miss her ever since she left me.
Yeah, anything but my dad. But anyways, so
Oh.
for today's stream, we're going to be reviewing Blue Lock Chapter 277, as well as some other potential topics that we have. Um, you know, I have listed down that we didn't get to in the previous fucking 4 streams, but it's
Hey, here's what it is.
fine. It's fine. How you guys doing though? You guys doing good? You know, having a good time? But mm, so Uh, I'm here with Ravin as always because he's the goat and he actually doesn't shut me down. So he's here. He's here
Can't
for
wait for Era's retirement.
yeah. I think it's more the opposite that's gonna happen hopefully after this event. But we have. Why does my
Yeah,
dog have to
yeah.
bark ever? My dog has been quiet all day, but the moment I start streaming, then she starts to bark. It's
I
wild.
just wants to get her a shout out to her channel.
Yeah, probably. But anyways, I look like I'm locked up. No, I'm not locked up. I'm in my room at home because I came home for hurricane was
Look,
happening and
look paler than usual.
oh yeah, because that's how the angle is. But uh
And
big stream. Raven, he just released one of his more ambitious videos. So
man, holy shit.
you guys should go totally check it out. The link is in gonna be in the description of the stream.
Is
And
it?
it will be. I'm gonna add it right now.
He will do it.
Raven new video. There we go. It's in there. Or
Let me
you
have
go to our,
basement.
or if you were going to our Discord, you know, and you were there, which you should be in our Discord because we're doing
Should
Discord
be another
exclusive
Discord.
events now on this channel. So you join that by clicking the link in the description as well.
Hell yeah.
Anything you want to say, Riven, before
Um,
you start the stream?
hey, hey guys. I make a part 1 of that video, and don't expect another part until season 2's done.
Because that's where we get more footage of stuff.
Yeah, bro, getting foot. This is the thing with content creators. Getting more footage for just things that we're covering, so much better. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk about things that actually have footage for it.
Yeah. So we are gonna go into the chapter. I don't know if we have the leak. I mean, I think Raven has the leak. He posted the leaks to the Discord. We don't have English scans. So we only have the raws.
Yeah.
Why is my camera looking like that? Because I'm on a laptop. I'm not on my desktop PC with my 4K webcam that I usually have. Um, and we're just chilling, you know. And I have a the only place else I could have my lamp go is back there, and it would shine a huge glare and be really annoying. So I had to put it on the floor. Um, that's how it be. Anyways, I gotta pull Shadow's because Shadow has the English like translations kind of. He doesn't have like the English scans, but he has them translated.
Okay.
Here we go. So the chapter begins with Ego and Anrin, and Ego says, "Itoshirin, did you light the fire for the final battle?" And on the next page, we have Anrin, who says, "I can't believe it. Julian Loki is participating for the first time in the NEL of his own accord." And we see Henri looking at the screen, Ego's drinking some hot ramen, Loki, and Rin. We continue with Ego slamming the ramen cup on the ground and says, "In the hottest place in the world, it looks like we'll have an incredible ending, my dear genius." And we see Isagi still pissed off from the previous chapter. And the commentator says, coming in is Julian Loki, and subbing out is Gabon. They're having an attack specialized formation for the final goal. So Loki is subbing in for one of the defenders. However, they're adjusting their formation. So Loki's playing as a winger on the left. Charles is playing as a winger on the right. And then you have Kodasu and Tokimitsu taking up the midfielder spot with Nanase and Zantetsu as side backs. So they're switching up the formation quite a lot, honestly. It's interesting to me that Loki is coming in as a winger and not as a forward. But, he's playing
I feel like
he plays kind of similarly to Isagi.
all speed-based characters have been like primarily wingers. Zantetsu, Chigiri, and Loki. So
Yeah. But I think, it's something. It's I know it makes sense, but I really it's not surprising, but it's not what I was thinking. I think he was gonna do a triple center forward type thing. But Loki on the
yeah,
wing, deadly.
yeah,
Anyways, I can't.
very
I have to mention Chigiri at any point because he's
true.
precious. He's precious to me. He's my baby.
Yeah, true.
He's my daddy. But anyways, so the commentator continues by saying Bastard Munchen made 2 substitutions. Kunigami Rensuke and Corona Ranze are off, and the Master Striker Noah Noah and actually, how do you even say it? I'm just gonna say Igaguri because I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Igaguri.
Garimo Igarashi. Garimo Igarashi, is that his full name? That's
Yeah,
weird.
people call him Igaguri to. I'm pretty sure it's like a nickname.
Everyone calls him that. Like
But
Bajira, Isagi.
yeah, I called him Igarashi one time, and I was just like, May. Everyone else was calling him Igaguri. So I was like,
Yeah. I need someone to swap the faces of Noah Noah and Igaguri on this panel, please. I really want to see that. Since they're both kind of facing the same direction, and I think it'd be a seamless cut. No, I might do that after this. I might do that after this stream. If I have anything to do, I might do this after this stream. Um, Commentator continues by saying, in addition, during the contact play in the previous goal, it was considered to be a tackle. Yoichi Isagi earns a yellow card. So, what do you think about this? Because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it shouldn't be a yellow. Oh, it shouldn't be a yellow." What do you think?
it was because normal football rules, by standards, if you charge into the individual and cause harm, even unintentionally, it's a yellow card. He's quite lucky that he didn't get a red card, because if Rin was injured enough to where he would have to go off the pitch, then Isagi would have received a red card.
Okay.
But it does. I don't think it changes anything because Isagi receiving 1 yellow card, it's whatever. And like he's not going to receive another 2 yellow cards to where he would get put off the pitch in time. Because especially when Igaguri is not on the opposite end.
Isagi then continues by saying, "Shit, don't mess with me, Rin. I am not a stepping stone for your evolution." And he's reflecting on Charles, Rin, and Loki. And we get to the next page where Isagi says, "I'm going to win with my goal." And we get some commentary, but I don't know exactly what he's saying. But he references the current score with 1 goal left. The current score is 2-2. Who's going to win the new Egoist League? And we see Isagi's very first fan there watching him, which every time I see him, I think he's adorable. Like, I think
biggest fan. And I feel like there's going to be like an end result of like once the series ends, this kid is going to be like a striker.
I'd be interested to see the final chapter, this kid playing, and he takes the shot.
Yeah, maybe takes a shot in a scenario where he can pass to his teammate, but instead he takes the shot, and
Like a
it
little
shows.
Egoist.
It shows the change in story because of Blue Lock.
How it impacts all of Japanese
Yeah.
soccer. But
Yeah.
anyway, so the next page is the
Tart.
kickoff. Noah said,
You mean tart?
What?
Because the page where you see no is tart.
Wait, what did I say?
No. I'm saying what's on the page.
Oh,
Tart.
what's tart?
No, it's because it's one it's like one part of the restart, but like it's tart. It's just
Tart. Tart.
Welcome to the tartry.
Oh yeah, but anyways, Noah and Isagi are actually the ones having the kickoff, and Noah sends the ball to Isagi for the start of the kickoff, where Isagi says, "I'm going to be the one to win with my goal," and the commentator says the final battle is starting. This is interesting. Aside from the fluke, not the fluke, but just the gimme pass Kaiser gave to him, isn't this the first time that Isagi like has the ball, like off?
It's the
kickoff?
first time that it's the first time he's ever done a kickoff ball.
Aside from Kaiser
Ever.
just giving it to him, but
But that's
a play.
technically not. That's technically not a kickoff ball because he already exchanged the pass enough to where he passed to Isagi and he just stole it.
Yeah.
Because it's usually just a 1-2 pass. So Ness would start.
No, I
Kaiser
can't
would
say
start
that.
the ball past the Ness.
Look what it's re on our team. So there's no S. So what would it be instead, Ravin?
There's no S.
Yeah. So what would the word be?
Yeah. Retard.
What'd you call me? But
my question is, do we expect a planet hotline? No, and Huri.
this chapter.
Not this chapter. No, in general.
But I say we haven't seen it. I don't think we saw it.
No, we of course we didn't. They just exchanged 1-2 passes. But
yeah,
I'm expecting like we saw like Corona, Noah and Isagi with their expanded planet hotline. But would it even be called Planet Hotline? Because I feel like the whole point of it was Corona.
yeah. It was Corona because he orbits Isagi like a planet, so it's not really
So
a planet hotline. It's more just like a.
and now
It's just a
Isagi
hotline.
and Noah are playing center forward. So
Well, Noah is playing a winger.
oh well, yeah, but it's they're playing forwards rather.
Yeah. I expected Noah to be playing defense. Honestly, take over Kunigami's role, but I guess playing on the offense. It still doesn't.
I think Noah likes to match everyone who plays against them because for the Ubers game he played defense because Snuffy was playing defense.
Well, no, but what about in Manshine? He played defense with Chris Prince playing offense.
Maybe that was just a direct challenge though, because I feel like Noah won't admit it, but he takes it more personally from Chris Prince.
Yeah, but also this is the first time since the first selection. This is the first time since the first selection that ECG's gotten to play center forward.
Oh yeah, true.
Which, to be fair, he should have been playing center forward a little earlier in this match, especially when Noah's like, "All right, everyone, focus your plays around Isagi and his new weapon, and then just keeps him at right midfielder." Like,
Yeah. It just feels like a challenge for Isagi though. I feel like Noah is pushing Isagi
yeah,
in an intentional way. Just be like, all right, you can center around him, but he's not being center forward yet.
yeah. But now he is. And he's center forward now, though. It's
Yeah.
cool though. Also, I'll point this out later because I pointed it out to Raven, but I'll point it out. I'll address it later as it comes up.
Yeah.
But anyways, so kickoff happens and Isagi has the ball and Shidou comes in to try and stall, but Isagi says Noah is in for 3 minutes. I have to prove my worth, and he sends a 1-2 pass to Noah, and Noah sends it back, and they break past Shidou. Isagi says, "I'm the genius of adaptability. I will take control of this new environment." He's really embracing that name. I think he said
Yeah,
he's
bro.
the genius of adaptability like 3 times in the past 3 chapters.
I think Narahaya is resignating him right now.
It would have been funny if Narahaya was in the crowd before, like it was Isagi's fan, people celebrating, and then Narahaya just kind of watching. Would have been interesting.
I
We haven't
I
seen
tell
any
I
of the
tell
Blue Lockers get kicked out either, which I kind of want to see.
you see how Shidou got completely passed by? Yeah,
Mm.
proves his worth, right?
Oh yeah, but like I'll point it out here because Isagi does look a lot more desperate with his plays. Like usually he try to throw off their balance and then just break past them, but he doesn't care. He's just full sprinting, like no
I,
wasting of any time or energy. Like he's
I feel like he's genuinely trying to. I already pointed out like he's on exhaustion, but he's using that last energy to like push through instead of just being like conservative. So he's being aggressive with his last bit of energy instead of trying to hold back.
yeah, it's interesting because he does look a lot more pissed off, but he also just could be playing more dangerous because he has Noah and he doesn't have Corona anymore. Like usually
Yeah,
when Noah comes on, Corona's usually on with him, and even when he's not, like when did Corona get subbed off during? Wasn't it during after Kaiser's goal? Corona
it
got
was
taken off.
after
No,
Barrow's second goal.
after Bauer's second goal, which is when the Masters got put off as well. So yeah, this is the first time he doesn't have Corona on aside from Barcha. So I guess he's and Noah's actually going to align himself with Yusuke at this point. So
Yeah,
this is like
he didn't really collaborate with Noah on Barcher's side. It was
on
basically
Barcha he didn't do
Noah versus
anything.
Lavinia. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
he just
just
did it just to show Kunigami, yo, this is what you should be doing. Like
yeah, replicate me because you're supposed to be my fucking copy, copy
bitch.
boy, me copy bitch. You're my copy bit. Anyway,
But
moving
yeah.
on.
Um maybe so he's playing a lot more. He probably doesn't need to worry about throwing off Shidou's balance because he knows that he's just gonna break past him and get the pass from Noah anyways. Like no point in trying to throw Shidou off his balance when he could just full sprint past him. Because
Yeah,
like Corona, I guess the worry is he needs with Corona, Isagi needs to ensure the balance is broken so he can get a good pass off because Corona can't hold on to the ball as long as Noah can. Like
yeah.
so it just turns into one of those things. Like he can hold his own. But before Izagi can do anything, somebody comes in and snatches the ball from him, and I accidentally closed Twitter, so now I gotta scroll all the way back.
Hell yeah.
So Loki comes in and says, "That's a little sweet, but the slow ones die first. This is the law of nature." As he comes in and steals the ball from Isagi and decides to rush towards Hiyori and Raichi, and Isagi says, "Loki," and Loki says, "Okay, time to kick it into second gear," and he starts to speed up even more, and by far the best, in my opinion, the best panel of this chapter, or the best page of this
Yeah,
chapter, is Loki's one-strided Godspeed, where he broke past Raichi and Hiyori, confirmed in a single stride.
yeah. That's just that's it's not even acceleration, it's literally like start boost. You know how people leverage themselves off the beginning line and instantly get to their top speed instantaneously? It's not like fast acceleration, it's instantaneous
It's like
top
he
speed.
he runs very much like a cheetah. Like cheetahs have such long strides. That's how their legs don't move fast. They just have long strides. Like Chickadee's legs move fast. He's great at sprinting. That's
Yeah,
why he's
yeah,
fast.
you
But
can say like Chigu's a Sonic the Hedgehog, whilst Loki is literally just he's teleporting
basically, like
practically.
with one push off his leg, he already is where he needs to be.
How tall
Like
is Loki?
Loki, we saw him next to Reen, didn't we? I'd say
Um,
like we saw him next to Reen in a couple chat. Like
um,
I'd
he
say
has
he's
no
like
he's no confirmed height.
5'11", 6 foot maybe, because Reen is like what 6'2".
He has no confirmed height.
He doesn't have a confirmed
Um,
height, but what chapter 270?
people, people say 179. What that is 179 centimeters.
Yeah, standing next to
Um,
Reen in the previous chapter, he's a little shorter than him. It's not like how Isagi is, because Isagi is up to like Reen's like neck. Loki's up to like his eye line. I'd say is that like 6 foot, 5'11", 5'10".
yeah.
But anyways, this guy who said it? Who said it? In chat, I wanted to see. TDA. So, Arrow, is Loki still a new Gen 11? I never said he was new Gen 11. I said he was worthy of the title of new Gen 11, and he still
This
is.
I love how people listen to our videos.
They don't read the manga. They don't listen to our videos. Well, what are you doing with
we
this
ne-
series?
we never said both of us made the videos. We never said he's New Gen 11. We're saying he is worthy of the title of New Gen 11. Completely different.
Yeah, like if he was to get the new Gen 11 title, it would not be out of place for him. That's the whole thing we're kind of arguing. Is if he earned the title or he had the title, it wouldn't be out of place. Like
Mm.
Loki still has a very unique weapon that's either cannot or is very difficult to replicate.
He doesn't
Like
need the title. He's too good. That's not an excuse.
that's not the
Let me.
point. Someone
It's
being
a
too
break.
good.
A title doesn't apply. It's not applicable. Well, it's annoying to explain, but being too good doesn't mean you automatically don't get the title. It actually makes it more inclined for you to deserve the title anyway. And New Gen 11's not like a skill ceiling. It's actually just it's a certain skill requirement, and then whatever's past that. So anyway,
Like
we
yeah. I know he was trolling, but like I know I get that point, but we're kind of just mentioning like if he got the title, it wouldn't be out of place for Loki because he meets all of the requirements to earn the title. Not saying he has it, not saying he will. I'm just saying if he gets it. Loki's a pro, so how is he part of the new Gen 11? Okay, being a pro does not mean he can't be new Gen 11. It refers to the generation of the players. Like say Ravin and Isagi went pro, they're still considered to be new Gen 11s because they are going to be the next superstars they're going to be the superstars of the next generation of footballers. So in the group of players like Kaiser, in the group of players like Sai, Lorenzo, they stand at the peaks of like they're going to be the most, not in terms of skill, but in terms of who the world is going to be paying attention to once they get to like the same age as Noel Noah, Chris Prince. They're going to be their equivalents in that
yeah.
context. You know?
In the sense, like I know we don't confirm it, but to say like just because like Loki is pro, he doesn't deserve the title or he's not applicable for the title. Sai is definitely heavily implied to be a pro now because now he's back in Spain and now that he's of legal age to actually sign that like pro contract. Unless it's deconfirmed that Sai is no longer New Gen 11 because he's now like signed to uh, Real as a pro. We haven't got that confirmation, but never does it ever say in any definitions that New Gen 11, for being a New Gen 11 holding that title, you have to be a non-pro. It never says that, and there's not even a single bit of manga in which says otherwise. So I dare you to try and prove me wrong here. Go through all of the manga, read it all, find a panel. You can find one panel, and I'll switch my argument. But unless it has to directly say that non-pros are the only ones that can obtain the New Gen 11 title. That is just it.
In relation to your thing of saying like Loki could be new Gen 11, why reveal it when he's introduced? Because we've only gotten 3 so far. Assuming there are going to be 11 total because it's new Gen 11, you could interpret that as there already being 11 selected, or there's going to be 11 total players because there's 11 players on the pitch at a time. I think if it's like there's going to be 11 confirmed, there's going to be 11, but we haven't seen them all, nor are they
Yeah,
already preset, because you have to earn the title somehow. Like Kaiser
it
didn't
does.
just get the title immediately as soon as he started playing. He earned it
It doesn't
somehow.
disapprove. It doesn't disapprove our argument anyway, because like if there's already 11 selected New Gen 11 players, let's say ranging from 18 to 19 since Loki 17, it doesn't make our argument any less like valid because we're saying that he is worthy of the title because he's still within the new generation, or maybe what they consider the new generation is the like 18 to 19 age range, but that hasn't been confirmed to us. So therefore, we are arguing that he is New Gen 11 title worthy with all of the information that we've been given so far.
Yeah. And this is off topic to the new Gen 11 conversation, but Loki's running speed and his running animation and his like art style for him running, it looks very similar to like have you seen Fire Force?
Have you ever seen those GTA bikes where they leave like a trail behind them?
No, not that. But like, have you seen Fire Force? Legitimately, legitimately.
No,
Okay, so
no.
there, I'll send you it now. But there's a moment in Fire Force where Shinra essentially goes apparently past the speed of light, and the effects of when he does it look nearly identical to how Loki moves. Like the effects of when Loki's moving, it looks nearly like the same. I just put it together, like they look very similar. I would like to say that's maybe a possible inspiration.
I see. Maybe.
Like Shinra's time travel speed, yeah, that's like what I'm referencing. Like you see what I'm talking about, right, Raven? Like
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
it looks very similar. So I think it's kind of cool. I would like to see Loki have that sound effect too. Plus, the sound effects are kind of similar in terms of like their shockwaves and of their speed. But I digress. But yeah, the point is, Loki could be a new Gen 11, and the reason I think it'd be cool if he did get the title is because we haven't seen a player be given that title yet. And Loki might be a pro, but remember, he's he's an up and coming rising star only in the French league. So not a lot of people worldwide know about him. I mean, like Isagi knew about Noah. Isagi knows about a lot of other pro players, but he didn't know about Loki when Tokimitsu had to inform him about who he is. And Tokimitsu is a huge European like league fan. He's a huge fan of all the European leagues. So of course he's gonna know who Loki is. But Isagi isn't. Meaning Loki has that room to he's not in the same level of a pro as Noah is. So that's why I think giving him the title of New Gen 11 would just kind of work. I'm not saying it should, but it would work.
To to have music lemons, I'm coming through on this desktop audio, so I'm pretty sure like I mean, I don't know why you can't put music in the background when it's literally like you can adjust it to
Here,
turn it down, but
we'll do this then. We'll do this. We'll do
I
this
can
then.
send you a play I can send you a playlist to use.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up non-copyright lo-fi music for background music. There we go.
Just look up a stream playlist.
Like with this.
But yeah, we shall move on to actually doing the chapter review again.
Will we?
Well, we've made this argument. If you want actual proof of like arguments, like we have panels to back up our arguments. So if you want to check those out, we have videos on our channel discussing it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The next. All right. So let me pull this up. So yeah, I just threw on some like the lo-fi girls audio that people usually play and such, but gotta pull up the translation again. Every time I close it accidentally. All right. So yeah, Loki speed blitzes Hiyori. Reichi says, "What the hell is that?" And Hiyori says, "With one step." Izzy continues and says, he said that guy logic doesn't make any sense with him. His physical talent can't be stopped. And the defenders are trying to be prepared to stop Loki, but then Loki passes the ball. And he says, "Do you want to finish the score, you monster?" and passes the ball to Rin. And Rin says, "What a strong leader." And Izagi says that this is bad.
They're gay. They're gay.
And then Igarashi comes in to try and stop Rin. As Izagi says, "This is bad. Am I losing?" And Igarashi comes in to stop Rin. And apparently, his aura is those Buddhist prayer beads. I thought they were just chains because of the raws. I can't really tell, but those are apparently Buddhist prayer beads.
Which makes sense.
Like what Gyome has in Demon Slayer.
I honestly think that is a sick aura. Like as much as it's very obvious that it would be kind of like this aura. Mm-hmm. It's very cool. It also kind of represents the binds in which he was trapped in when being a monk for his family temple. Well, yeah.
I think the chains would have been just as good though, because he basically because his entire thing is fouling, so you have to play very delicately and very carefully. Like he's literally restricting your movements, like you're being locked down. Not in the same way that Kunigami is, but you're
You can interpret one as the other anyway because
yeah
they're very similar looking.
yeah. Remember Igaguri stopped Rin and Nagi couldn't, so Igaguri over Nagi. You're so right, bro.
Yeah, I honestly agree. Like current Igaguri slams Nagi.
Yeah, but Igaguri comes in and Rin says the monk, and Igaguri goes to snatch the ball and ends up falling on his face. And the final page
um,
of the chapter is announcer Igaguri foul for P.X.G, and the tag says Igaguri obtains a foul. And Isagi says, nice Igaguri. And Igaguri says, this is my secret technique, the genius killing militia. And that's where the chapter ends. So there are
I'm gonna point this out for Lemon. Fouling is not broken. It's because these players are dealing with situations where they don't have to feel like playing reckless is a fouling case. But Igaguri is proving that there is more to football than just being reckless and charging in. So Rin has to now adapt to a situation where someone's intentionally trying to draw for fouls, which people do in real life. People draw for fouls in real life. It's very you watch any football game, someone who gets slightly nudged starts rolling all across the pitch. It's so common in real life football. I'm glad it's being represented, and that's probably why I really like this chapter, because it's just like Rin is really a reckless player, especially when his destroy mode is like active. He has his tongue out, whatever. Igor is proving that there is a downside to him being so reckless, and that's if he was to be in a professional football environment where professional players actually know how to draw fouls as well, he's going to have to deal with that and compensate for the fact that he is making these probably day one errors.
Yeah. There's this is the one problem I have is I really don't want this to be a very recurring thing. I don't want them to win because Igaguri just kept fouling them. I want them to win off of their own skills and merits that aren't just like, oh, only way I can win is if my team tears down them. And not in terms of a skill, like legitimately like is tearing them down. I wouldn't mind this. I don't mind this one happening if this is like a one or maybe one other case that this happens. Because what this would result in is Rui not being able to enter his flow state, which is a huge thing. Because Rui plays very destructive. He plays less carefully. But when he has to potentially risk getting a red card, he can't do that. So you're just eliminating one of his huge advantage over Isagi, because Isagi can predict Rain normally, even when he's not in his complete flow state.
Yeah, I believe like the result of this is going to be Rin has to adapt to what seems to be quite the obvious skill in which he'll have to deal with in the future. And I believe Ikugo is going to get away with fouling Shidou because I feel like Shidou is naturally more reckless, whilst Rin will take on the responsibility of adapting and ensuring that he doesn't make the same mistake. But I don't think it's going to happen any more than twice.
Yeah, if that happens, then I'm fine. Then I would rescind all of my complaints about Iguri.
I will complain if he fouls Loki, because it makes no sense for the player that Loki is to get so easily tricked up in a foul.
Not just that, but just also caught. How is Iguri gonna catch him?
He's just gonna run in front of him.
Like, here's the thing with Igaguri was on the right side. Rin wasn't really moving. He went and got the pass because Loki pushed down the field and gave him the pass. But Igaguri was already there, so him catching up to Rin makes sense. But Loki blitzed past Yoichi and Hiyori in a single stride. That is not something Igaguri could do because he can just do another stride to the left or the right and get past him.
Yeah, I can't visibly see, and nor would it make sense if Igaguri ever fouled Loki. So I'm just going to say, if it happens, it's bullshit, because it brings down Loki's accolades as someone who is representing as a professional player. especially as a master, because like, well, would Noah get caught up in that shit? No. It would make zero sense. It would just make Loki seem like a reckless striker by comparison, and we know he's not reckless. He just has really immense talent.
Yeah.
Why he's able to pull off what he is able to do.
Loki is like Chigiri fully realized. Like if Chigiri didn't injure his leg, he'd be like Loki. Not at the same level, but like
I don't think that like genetics also play a big factor.
it does, but the fact that Chigiri was coasting on his talent and his genetics before his injury. Like
yeah.
Before his injury, if Chigiri just kept playing like he does, he would play very similarly to Loki.
Your common day Mbappe.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't mind this chapter that much. If this is how they choose to use Igarashi to where Ravin can't enter his flow state, I wouldn't mind it that much. I just don't want this to be a recurring situation of continuous fouls or getting a red card for the team, because that just makes the win feel undeserved. Like people are saying, "Oh no, it doesn't." I'm like, dude, if you're telling me that one team could not beat another team without having to continuously foul them to the point where their team cannot play at their full strength of like one of their main players has to come off the pitch, that isn't a deserving victory for this hugely set up match where you have both Ravin and Shidou. Like the whole thing.
So as much as it's part of like the football match, it's part of like every bit of football. It doesn't make it entertaining as a manga series. It's supposed to blur the lines between realism and fiction, and they don't embrace real life situations, obviously, through this because it's not real life. So the more that they embrace it, the more it just feels like we're watching an actual match. And what's the point in that when you can literally just watch football?
Yeah. Remember, it's a football manga, but you gotta realize it isn't just football. Like this is a manga. They're gonna over exaggerate some stuff. You're gonna want an exciting ending. You're not gonna want a boring ending as some matches can be. Like you want an exciting built up ending. That's how storytelling works. You want a good ending. Look at JJK. JJK was one of the I think it was the top selling manga of like one of the top selling mangas in the world, right?
Yeah.
At the time of its release. But look how much people despised its ending. Like it doesn't make the entire story mid, but it makes that ending really sour. Like
yeah, for the people who want a ending with Igaguri, you may be happy with it, but a majority of people won't. And think about it. Would you mind if it ended with Loki scoring or Isagi scoring? Would you actually mind? Like, you may prefer Igaguri winning, which I don't know why, but like, you would actually prefer a solid result to a game in which has honestly been one of the best games in the LEL, in my opinion.
Yeah, like you want an exciting ending. Like, and also look at My Hero. People were hating on the My Hero ending. I think My Hero ending was fine, but you see how much a bad ending can impact the story. Like people will just start to hate it. People will start have negative opinions on it because the ending is terrible. Why would I want to watch a really cool series if it ends incredibly horribly, incredibly stupidly, incredibly boring? Like there's no worth. When you read a story, you want to have an enjoyable story that has a very good ending that lines up with the rest of the story. Igaguri having to take Loki and Shidou off the pitch, would that not just leave a sour taste in your mouth for both of these characters? Like, if you're a Shidou fan and Igaguri gets Shidou sent off the pitch, not only would that be undeserving for Shidou, a player who everyone loves to see, but also, like, wouldn't that just kind of suck? Like, you guys were complaining, oh, Shidou's been written out of the story so much because of Kunigami. You're effectively writing him out of the story for the rest of this game, till the end of the arc.
I also believe like that effectively writes Shidou out of the story completely, because I feel like Shidou after this point is not going to get much, because he's proving his limitations through not being able to capitalize on anything on his own. So
Shidou also hasn't evolved. He hasn't been forced to evolve or awaken like other players have. Every other player, the majority of every other player, has evolved in some way. Even Igaguri has. He's trained so his malicious technique can solely focus on Rin. That is what I would consider to be an evolution. Shidou, in comparison to when he was introduced, during the second selection with the Kunigami versus Kunigami and Ryo 2v2, in what ways has he improved from that point? And don't tell me unlocking flow state.
Because that's not an improvement, because he hasn't tapped into it since.
That's not an improvement. That's just like it's okay. It's an improvement, but it's not a skill enhancement. He's not in developing as a player. Like it's not a permanent evolution.
Flow can be assessed by anyone, but it's something in which is unique to him, in which he can advance with.
Yeah.
But in any case, I believe I like this chapter quite a bit. It's I believe it's honestly better than the previous chapter, because we get to see Loki, and then we also get to see Igarashi.
I think the previous chapter was more hype, because we've been saying Loki's gonna come on, and a lot of people have been saying no, he's not, or like Loki's gonna be on the pitch and whatever. So him finally getting onto the pitch, especially with the saying that that's his first time subbing on.
I always believe Loki would come on, but it's more so like I don't want him to score kind of situation, and that seems like the most likely outcome anyway. But I don't want it to happen.
Yeah. Shidou probably has the single greatest feat in the manga. He scored against the World 5 without a chemical reaction. Think about that. You do realize we don't know that.
Hiyori and Ryo on his team.
No, Hiyori wasn't on his team, but it was Corona and Ryo. Who's to say he didn't? The only time stated that there's been no chemical reaction has been in the situation where the third selection, where nobody on his team. And look who was on his team, right? In the second selection, he had Ryo, someone who's an anchor player, someone who plays very much like a midfielder. He doesn't really play like a striker, who plays very much like a midfielder and has been throughout the series until the Manchan game where he had striker mode. But who's to say he didn't send a pass to Shidou to where Shidou could score? That is a chemical reaction. Chemical reactions are two players using both of their weapons to their max in order to accomplish a goal. Either breaking through players, like a Planet Hotline, which is a chemical reaction, or scoring a goal, like Bachira and Isagi scoring a goal. That's a chemical reaction. So it comes down to both players using their weapon. Who's to say that wasn't a chemical reaction? That statement only exists for the third selection because everyone on Shidou's team wasn't very passer oriented, as far as I'm aware. Like, everyone was very individualistic, or usually like the finishing player. Their weapons allow them to finish off plays like Shidou does, not really build up plays. So when they form a chemical reaction, it's not possible because there's no weapons that overlink. And Rin and Shidou, their play styles don't mesh. That's why. So to say that they didn't score a goal, that Shidou only scored a goal off of his own merits, doesn't make sense because Shidou has shown no weapons that allow for him to score a goal on his own. So that's a ludicrous statement to say.
My argument was like the World 5 teased basically everyone until they did their first attack offense. It just proves that Shidou, through his attacking offense, like reliably, Shidou will get a goal if given the right pass. So, it's to say like through his first attack with the players on his team being assisted, means that he got the goal, and it was just a matter of World 5 was underestimating him, much like they most likely underestimated everyone else. We'll see in the episode Nagi manga once it gets to that point. But I believe the World 5 just underestimated everyone and then started actually trying after they did their first initial attack.
No, okay. So your statement, RD and TDA. Here's the actual statement itself. I know you can't really see it. I'm gonna read it to you. So in reference to the thing about Ego talking about, all right. I'll read you the entire thing. Shidou Ryusei had an average of 2 goals per match during the tryouts, demonstrating the makings of a striker second only to Itoshi Rin. His behavior outside of the matches cannot be overlooked, but it is true that his physical abilities are extremely high. However, all of the goals that he scored were a product of his own skill. In other words, during the tryouts, Shidou Ryusei was unable to spark a chemical reaction even once with Itoshi Rin. And given that flagrant display of violence at the end of the match, if he were to do such a thing during the U20 match, he'd get a red card, putting a team at an overwhelmingly disadvantage. So for those very reasons, I made the decision that Itoshi Rin and Shidou Ryusei should not stand on the same pitch. And above all, none of you would be able to handle the egoist Shidou Ryusei. That's not saying that he can't form a chemical reaction with other players. It's just saying he can't form a chemical reaction with Rin. And off of his own merits, that's because he didn't form a chemical reaction with Isagi. The chemical reaction play would have been to use his incredible physical abilities to hold off the defender and bait them into trying to stop him, where then he would send a pass to Isagi to where he would score a goal. That's a chemical reaction. But Shidou himself cannot score without a pass. There have been no instances that we've seen where he has been able to score without someone giving him a pass. And I know what you say. Oh, what about Isagi and all of the times in the NEL? What about his lefty shot in the Ubers game? That ball was just a rolling ball. It wasn't necessarily a pass directly to Isagi. It was a ball Isagi had to chase, and then he used his lefty shot. There's a huge line of difference between the two. And you're saying that, oh, what about the Igarashi goal against Kunigami? Again, though, that's second selection. And even then, the ball was above his head in the same way that a pass would be sent to Shidou above his head.
Anyway. Boom, shakalaka.
There's a difference between Isagi and Shidou because Isagi constantly rebuilds and evolves himself and develops new weapons to get into those positions. Shidou and plays logically and rationally. Shidou doesn't. He runs to wherever he wants and he waits for a pass. Isagi runs to where he wants to in the perfect position to where it's terrible for everyone else. That's why people pass to him. That's why people pass straight to Isagi. Because he's in a perfect position that's dangerous for the opposing team. Shidou just runs to wherever the hell he wants to. With no rationale behind it. There's a huge difference between Shidou and Isagi with how they play. Sure, they might be similar, but there's a very huge difference in their execution. And going into the World Cup, you're gonna have some insane defenders who are like at least Aiku's level or above. You can't be sloppy with your passes, especially to Shidou.
Let's move on now.
It's weird. I'll talk about this in a separate video. But
what do we think of this chapter? What's the rating out of 10?
I say 7. There's a lot of things I liked, but there's a lot of things I don't like. I don't like. It depends on my rating could change depending on later chapters. If this is gonna be the constant thing of Igarashi constantly fouling over and over again, I don't like that. If this is that, start, I don't like that.
I read the last chapter like a 6. It's hype, but like there was aspects in which I didn't agree. I didn't want Noah to come onto the pitch, for example. But in this, he's clearly not like demonstrating that he's like too big of a threat, because Loki's already demonstrated that he's much bigger of a threat than Noah. And I just like this. I just like the content of this chapter, so I'll give it an 8.
I'm just saying 7. I like seeing Loki. I like seeing Isagi more desperate, but I don't like. This is the start to Igarashi constantly.
Igarishi's fucking big fat head and big bushy eyebrows and.
So if this is like a 1 or 2 time thing max, then I'd say it's like an 8. If this is a constant thing, 7.
Yeah, I also want to actually see, like, unironically, an Igarashi backstory of like he keeps complaining about the temple, but we don't know why he particularly hates about it. Does he just hate it in general because it's like family matters? He has to force himself there all the time. And does his family actually support his dream of being a footballer, or do they kind of resent him for it?
We don't know anything about it, as far as I'm aware.
I want to see that backstory.
I think he didn't tell them that his goal was to leave and become. I think he definitely told them about the opportunity he got, but I don't think he left with the intent, in their minds, with the intention of not taking over the temple. I think this was just like his other objective, leaving. But that was his intention. But that's not what they think. That's my guess.
Yeah. To have a final question before we move on to whatever our next subject is, Arrow and Raven, what role will Ness fill? Ness, Kaiser, and Isagi going to have for the final goal? I said this is what I want, though. This is not my prediction. I said that a Ness and Isagi chemical reaction would be amazing. And you believe, and I also do believe that Loki will get the final goal. I don't want it, but we both believe it.
I think. Personally, I don't think Kaiser, Isagi, or Ness are gonna have anything towards the final goal. My predictions on Ness have changed slightly. I think Loki's gonna score the final goal, but I think the development for Ness is going to happen after this match. I think he's gonna have a conversation with Kaiser and finally like embrace his own ego. He's like, I'm not. You want me to find my own master? Fine, but I'm gonna go. I don't need one. I'm gonna play by myself. I have the skills. I'm like he's gonna have the same kind of mindset as like Sai. I'm going to elevate not just myself, everyone. He's like a bottom mindset, but as a midfielder. Everyone serves me and my passes. I make them shine. Type thing. I think that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, basically, he's gonna be a hero.
Yeah, but I think it also set him up for later. Bring up maybe he somehow goes into the U20 World Cup. I doubt it, but somehow maybe he gets his way there, or has just another moment where we can see Ness elevating these other players who might not be as good as Kaiser, but he can elevate them to like a very high level because of how good his dribbling and his passes are. Same thing with Sai.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to answer one more?
Yeah.
Because this question gets brought up, and I don't know if we want to address it because it's another topic we could do. Because there's only I only have one. I have four things. One of them isn't really necessary that we could talk about. One you and I think have talked about, but I don't think we talked about it on stream. Is how would you improve Kodansha as a player?
Can you repeat that?
How would you improve Kodansha as a player?
I'd give him Predator's Eye.
Really?
And it's more akin to like a more akin to a midfielder variant of Predator's Eye, where he can hyperfixate on marking and tackling and gaining possession of ball. People said Metavision, but I honestly think with how much he like hard targets the weakest player, and now he goes about basically just hard targeting the core player, that Predator's Eye better. He's pretty risky to play. It might as well capitalize on the fact of like his tunnel vision is on a player in which he believes is like a threat or the weakest component, so the team can't rely on it.
Also, Hamid, I think is your name. It doesn't make sense. Isagi would be the reason Loki will play in the U20 World Cup. Loki's gonna play against them. Like there wouldn't be a reason to bring him back. Like
anyway,
Loki's gonna come.
What do you think
for Kodansha?
What's the improvement you give? Yeah.
Less defensive midfielder, more midfielder in general. I want to see him. I want him to see. I want to see
passes.
I think he's just a good ball holder. Like I think he's good at he was said to have the best ball keeping skill in the Blue Lock project. I want to see that more. I want to see him actually use his ball.
I think that's still true now.
No, but I think out of the project, if he was regarded as it would be good to show him doing that more. Like he's just more using it as he's holding it. Yeah, he's ball keeping, but he's not really like progressing anywhere. He just he holds the ball, baits people towards him, then sends a pass. I want him to do that, but then I want him to continue up the field. I want him to act as another post player. Like there's a lot of post players, but I think Kodansha could be good on the offensive thing. Considering he was playing very offensively in the third selection and the second selection, I want to see more of that. And I think just having him be
the third selection is the best representation of his character, which is the case for most of the top six. So because he showcased his unique dribbling style with being quite limb and flexible. He kind of resembles Don Lorenzo's dribbling style in a way, but he actually more effectively uses his hands to actually gain position, gain length away from players. He's basically using his hands to stop people from stealing the ball, and that's why his ball possession is so good. So if he can just improve in his dribbling and possibly passing stats, then that makes it much more effective.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to message. But all right. So we have a couple. Do we want to save our announcement? Do we want to do our announcement now, or just really save it for the actual end?
We're saving it for the end, guys. We got to have you guys on, but it's a big announcement.
Yeah. So what I want you guys to do when we go to do this announcement, I'm gonna go to our Discord. I'm gonna post an announcement like, listen, if you want to join the stream to hear the announcement, join this now. Will the stream get taken down because you're showing leaks? No, I don't think so. Hideo must have been doing something with copyright or music or something, because I
Oh
see
yeah, he
people
does
post
blast music.
like because here's the thing: people post leaked videos talking about the leaks, and
yeah.
those don't get taken down. So it's not the leaks
I think he's
themselves.
honest to God blasting music because
He
he does
is,
blast music at the beginning of his
and he
streams.
and he
So
blasted Super Smash Bros. Music.
yeah, that's also. I'm not telling him how to be a streamer, but I'm also telling him how to be a streamer.
Yeah. So I'm going to post an announcement to the Discord. Like, listen, if you want to hear it, huge event announcement happening right now. Come join the Discord.
Yeah.
If you guys want to message in the general chat and be like, "Yo, it's happening now. Come on, join the stream." Then we'll give it like 2 minutes after we put the announcement, and then I'll reveal it because it's fucking massive. I've never done this before.
It's
I
huge.
don't, as far
It's
as I'm aware,
huge.
I don't know of any other BLUELOCK YouTuber who's done this as well.
Yeah, it's because no one thinks about it, no one even tries. So
I'm not
we're
gonna
not going
say
to talk about it anymore.
I'm not saying I'm doing the most for the BLUELOCK community, but I like to say I'm doing a huge chunk.
He's doing no. You're carrying. You're doing like 80% of the work.
I'm trying. Like I do so much extra work that I don't need to do. Like just in anything I do, I go extra. Except for
But
school.
anyway,
I'm lazy as fuck for that.
to
But
to prevent us from accidentally revealing it, let's talk about whatever else topic you have.
okay, let me hide this so we can just have our debate.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, 1 second. I gotta go help family with something. So Raven, I'm gonna let you just respond to chat questions and such. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Chat, submit your questions. Submit your questions whilst I'm here. I'm just gonna read through the chat and see what. Yeah, no. Best ball control. Yep. That's Henri. Henri for real. You excited for season 2? Definitely. I mean, I'm not as negatively like portrayed. Like, you know, I believe as long as I get footage, as long as I get content and feel entertained, that's all that matters. Because I didn't pay much attention to the CGI when first watching season 1, so I won't be doing that much the first time watching any episodes of season 2 either. Is Agi overrated? I think he's underrated. I don't think people talk about him. Like he's not like a status. He's not like a high time status player. But he's definitely much more. He's definitely much more like non talked about. Because people made videos on him, but then people stopped making videos on him. So at a time he was probably overrated, but like now no one talks about him. So he's impressive in his own right, especially because he's playing as like pretty much center forward for all the games, alongside Nagi. Favorite in real life player? Ooh, I support Liverpool, as a team. Of course, like I really like certain players, but right now, I don't know. I feel like because I don't really interact with I don't have an experience interacting with anyone, and also kind of just when chapter 277 it released yesterday, Kronos. Anyway, Igaguri versus Narahaya. Currently Igaguri, he just has the physique. If it was like current Igaguri versus Narahaya that we saw in the second selection, then Igaguri. You think Isagi will score in the last goal versus P.X.G? I think Loki will, but I want Isagi to score, if that's any correlation. Like, I want him to have a chemical reaction with Ness to score the final goal, because I feel like it's been hinted towards. Favorite, not best weapon. Okay, my favorite weapon that I've seen is zombie dribbling from Don Lorenzo. I really like that. I really like the look of it. It's stylistically like really cool.
All right, I've returned. So what's up?
I was talking about just a bunch of questions. What's your favorite non-best weapon?
What do you mean non-best weapon?
Well, it's to say it's to specify that you're not saying the best weapon. You're saying your favorite weapon.
Oh, so not what's the best? What's the favorite? Oh, if I was to pick, I'm biased. I love speed, so it'd probably be Zantetsu's speed just because it's
All right.
People come in. I would say it's probably Zantetsu's explosive acceleration, just because I'm a huge fan of speedsters, and I think Zantetsu's, if he worked at it, would be so broken because of how fast he'd be able to how because he can hit that top speed almost instantly. So imagine he could hit the top speed faster, and he could hold it for longer. Like,
Yeah.
so that's what I think. Anyways, what did you say?
I said Don Lorenzo zombie dribbling.
I was thinking about what makes Lorenzo New Gen 11. Is it just the zombie dribbling? Because I thought it was like his upper and lower body control. Like he can control his upper and lower body almost like
It's both.
separately.
It's both those things. It's to have a weapon which is so unique to the individual as well.
Yeah,
Like
I can pronounce his name. It's Lavenho, bro.
ha 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 ha.
I know it's not, but I know it's not, but I'm just saying it because it pisses Raven off. Not piss him off, but
It doesn't piss me off. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't piss me off really.
It's a
just,
running gag. It's a running gag. Oh yeah.
I'm just saying you're wrong. That's all.
Yeah.
Who third selection Rayo or current Nanase? Nanase doesn't have any striking weapons.
Wait.
What
point though? Are we talking like start of the third selection? Because he awakened his chameleon style during it. If he has that chameleon weapon, it's wraps.
Whenever you refer to a specific character, I refer to them like at the end of their third selection, unless you want to specify like because you could have just said second selection Rayo if that was the case. But I would pick third selection Rayo.
Yeah,
Lorenzo also has super high stats. Yeah. I mean, every New Gen 11 character has super high stats.
Yeah. Anyways, the first topic we have separate from that is, did P.X.G get lucky in their NEL run? So with the matchups they were given, with the matchups that they were given in the NEL, did they get lucky? The reason for this, people argue P.X.G got lucky because during the Ubers game, which was their first match, they won. 2 goals were conceded. However, both Bato and Lorenzo were not currently on the pitch at that time. Damn. Their next matchup, I think they had a break, and then their next matchup was against Manshine, where Nagi and Rayo were on their decline. Their third match was against Barcha, which is by far the worst team in the NEL. And now going into this, they're against Bastard München.
I would perceive it as they're not. It's not lucky formation because they're obviously much more skilled to compensate for that. Loki never subbed on. That's something else you got to consider. So we can probably assume that every other master subbed on for their matches, right?
Could be because they're usually because when it seems with Noah's not the one who initiates it. The other one comes on and then he goes on.
Yeah, but Loki's confirmed to not be on at all until this match.
No, I'm just saying in the instance of like Noah isn't when we see the masters come on, the masters don't come on in response. They're always the one to initiate it. So I would assume, yeah, they probably came on.
Yeah, I believe the other master subbed on against P.X.G, but P.X.G just had such a strong lineup. They probably either stalled the 3 minutes or managed to just come back. If we can get like a confirmation of each goal scored by the opposing teams that they faced.
Who scored how many? Who scored which goals? Who scored how many goals?
Who scored in the Ubers game? That's just what I want to know. Because it could be Snuffy, or it could be just unknown characters of which we haven't met that represent Ubers.
Let's go BLUELOCK. What chapter? I think we see the first bid values in chapter 170. No, 169. We see it. I think. I know, funny. Because Isagi has his first bid value of 70 million yen. So I think we can, why does the dog have to bark every time I do the stream? Every time I stream. But yeah, looking at this, let's see the values of all the players. So we can see who got a value. And from what we know of being a goal, like goal worth, I want to see
Aiku and Ryu.
Aiku's a good one.
IQ getting a goal seems possible. I feel like he already had an accolade, so he probably got 1 goal in the Ubers game. But did they win? Did they win 2-3 or was it 3-1-3?
3-2. It was 3-2.
3-2. So,
So-
would we believe? I don't believe IQ got both the goals. I believe another Ubers. I believe Snuffy got the next goal.
2,
That's what I'm
3,
gonna
4,
believe.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there are 2 goals that are unaccounted for in the thing, which are the 2 Ubers goals. However, Kaiser and Noah and Lavenho are counted, so I don't think Snuffy did it, and Aiku definitely didn't do it in that first game.
Okay,
So it's probably just 2 and Sendo didn't do it either. So it's probably just 2 Ubers players.
Yeah.
Just looking at it, that's just from my thought process.
Interesting, like pattern. Like Rin pretty much had like his 36 million bid. I'm pretty sure after his second game, what did he get to?
His first after his second game.
Yeah, so after his second game against Manshine, what did he bump
After
up to?
Manshine, 150 million.
Did he really go from 100? He went from his bid of 36 million to 180 million.
What match did in 238? I think so. I think it's 239. We'll see.
Let me check.
239 is where, yeah. So he scored a goal in Manshine. Let's see. Yep. Yeah. Here we go. So Green's value went from 36 million to 180.
Bruh. He played one match. I know he got a hat trick in that match, but like he played one match.
Yeah.
That's
But he
crazy.
was also in flow. He was also in flow.
It's showcasing skill. I know, but that's the biggest jump that I think we've seen. Like people complain about Isagi's jump. Like
Also, I think his shot was. No, his shot wasn't that far. It was like right on the goal line.
yeah, if people complain about Isagi's like bid increase, I can understand Isagi's not like a better player than Rin at the time, at least as well.
It could have been because of Nagi. He scored while Nagi was right on top of him, pressuring him. And Nagi's 88 million bid, he was considered to be a superstar at that time.
It was like a transferring.
Yeah, like Nagi had a high bid value, therefore, if Rin could score a hat trick while Nagi is currently on him, Rin must be worth a lot more. So the 100 million for Bado for his hat trick, 100 million for Rin, 24 bonus just because he did it while being pressured by Nagi and other play things that he does throughout the game doesn't seem that unlikely. Like, also, Bado was being fed by Lorenzo the whole time. This was most likely made off of his own, unless Charles did give him a pass. Because we don't see what happens. We just see Rin traps the ball. And there's a pass, and Rin traps it. And
yeah, in terms of like in terms of the formation, Rin is I believe all of the besides like Shidou, I believe all of the P.X.G Blue Lock players were being represented on the field anyway. So he probably had a pass from like Nanase or Tokimitsu.
Yeah. Alright. So, but do you think that the P.X.G run got lucky in their matchups?
I say get lucky, but they also have the skill to compensate anyway. They like even if it wasn't in that order, they would have won against every other team besides and no bastard to a certain thing. Well, we don't know the result of this match, so
I think it would have been a closer thing if Nagi faced Rin first before facing
because
Isagi.
an individualistic Nagi who then switches up mid game, it would have been closer.
We would have gotten more from Ryo too, and Shigiri. Shigiri probably would have scored one. Ryo probably would have scored one because Gagamaru was the only person to block it.
Yeah, I will say it's a lucky order, but I don't think it would have changed the result really.
Oh, but then again, Nagi, Shigiri, and Ryo also got a 2-week buffer before their first game. Nagi, they didn't play. Manshine didn't play the first week, so they had 2 weeks to train.
Okay.
Do I think Shidou would benefit from Uber System more? I mean, probably.
the more that I want to like think of the perspective of it, it's like the rankings of these teams, of course, come from the fact of like latest game clause.
Yeah.
Like a current bastard is better than a current Ubers. But would you say a current Ubers is better than P.X.G?
It's weird. It's very like rock paper scissory. Like
Yeah, because I kind of can see the perspective where a current Ubers is better than P.X.G.
yeah.
Because if Loki doesn't choose to sub on, but even if
Although there's
both
also
the
the
masters
argument.
don't choose to sub on,
Yeah, there's also the argument that Lorenzo was on. We just didn't see him because he was up the field. But at the
yeah,
same time, Lorenzo didn't score any goals, and we never see him. And Bato wasn't on the pitch, and Lorenzo was specifically helping Bato train his Predator Eye.
yeah,
Like
they're
I could
best
see him.
friends.
I could see him not being on the pitch because of that, because they were training still. No point putting Bato on the pitch or
And I said
Lorenzo.
they were the best. I said they were the best duo in BLUELOCK, and I believe.
But you also
I
have
stand by.
yeah, but against BLUELOCK, man, yeah, but like he needs a defender to constantly go after him. Like the little hologram ones aren't necessarily like that. They don't play like that. They're still holograms. You can't really defend against a hologram. The only reason they can touch the ball is because of a microchip in the ball. Like it's very different. But
What's the next topic then?
all right. The next topic, which I think you and I have talked about, I'll get rid of this one because it's not really important. The one I was gonna have was Green versus Kaiser, but we had this debate. We had this debate already.
Yeah.
Um, Nagi and Ryo's plan. Do you think that the author has not showed them yet because he doesn't know what to do with them?
It would be kind of stupid if they didn't. I'll say that because if you are committing, these are basically like the secondary Isagi and Bachida, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like Bachida currently is no longer like a current side character because we haven't seen him in ages. I perceive it as if they don't know what they're doing with them, then they just back themselves into a corner to where they probably can have Ryo actually be eliminated from the NEL.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I get you want. Here's the thing: you're gonna have if you go on this decline, you're gonna have to some way bring them back up. And I get he's like, all right, I have a plan, but Bastard Munchen matches, the Bastard Munchen versus P.X.G match is almost done. That was supposed to be the final game. Why would you have them play their entire game first and then play the ninth game? Now you could say, oh, we're doing a flashback, but really? You're waiting till the game's done? Like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
And last chapter and this chapter would have been a great time to show it. The kickoff hasn't happened yet. Isagi declares that he wants to defeat Rin. It's a perfect cutoff point right now to show these other characters for 2, 3, maybe 4 chapters, and then come back to them after a month.
It doesn't seem like they're bouncing on the opportunity, and if it's because what the Manshine versus Butcher match, did it start before or after P.X.G?
Well, the P.X.G versus Bastard Munchen match is supposed to be the 10th game. I don't think the games happen at the same time because like that would imply that like when they were watching when Bastard Munchen was watching the P.X.G versus Barcha game, that Manshine and Ubers was happening at the exact same time.
No.
And I don't think they're gonna do those 2 games at the same time. I think they're gonna because it's the BLUELOCK TV, it's a subscription thing. I think they're gonna want in order to get, especially since the money hungry dude was running this thing. I think he'd want to have 2 matches on at the exact same time because that splits your viewership rather than have everyone watch one game and then everyone watch one game week by week. Also, with there being 100 days at the start of the NEL till the World Cup, with there being 10 matches, 1 match a week gives you 70 days. That gives you a 1 month buffer after the NEL to train and refine any kind of formations, chemical reactions before the World Cup actually starts, which I think is a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, fair.
So,
yeah, I want to say it's I'm going to hope that they know what to do with Nagi and Ryo, but I'm going to say it's stupid if they don't. Like they've completely fucked themselves if they don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, like I get you do that, but if you are gonna say, at some point you have to figure out what you're gonna do. Like, you can't just be like,
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna, and then wait. We haven't seen them in 8 months. We haven't seen Manshine or Nagi or Ryo in 8 months.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting to a point where you don't want to show the match that they play in, which is supposed to be the 9th match, after the conclusion of the final match of the NEL. Like, I don't know. There's just so many moments that would have been a great time to cut it, especially just prior to Reen's goal and then up going to now.
You can even cut it. You can even cut it now. It leaves the cliffhanger of foul.
It does, because it's a good stopping point. But I think it would have been better to do it just before the kickoff actually happened.
Yeah. I don't think they know their own pacing.
Because it also would have left the people to theorize what is Igarashi actually gonna do on the pitch, because he and Loki got put onto the pitch. It leaves that like, oh, these 2 new players are coming on. It's gonna change the entire dynamic entirely. Gives people time to theorize about that, but it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. Anywho,
we're coming up at an hour 15. I think we can do one. That's all the things I have. I think we can do one more question before we get into the huge event.
someone ask a question.
TDA, did Bastard versus P.X.G meet your expectations?
Yeah. It's a good match.
I'd say it exceeded them.
I believe it was kind of meeting my expectations with the Shidou goal. It surpassed my expectations with the Isagi goal. It really surpassed my expectations with Kaiser's goal. And it's going to the Isagi goal level when Rin scored. I think the Kaiser goal was my highlight.
Yeah. The Kaiser goal was the highlight, I think, of this match so far. Like, the moment I think that's second closest was Isagi's twin gun volley, because I saw that post blowing up, because I saw the leaks on my way to class, and I was freaking out, and I posted about it the moment I saw it on the YouTube post, and then I went to class. I came back like an hour or 2 later, and I opened up TikTok. Every post is twin gun volley, twin gun volley, twin gun volley. Like, I saw colorists shooting out fully colored panels of the twin gun volley before the high quality scans even came out. Like,
you want to know something insane. Fun?
What's up?
At that time, we didn't know of each other's like personal existence.
No, were you even making content? Because it was like in February. It was in February.
It wasn't in February. It was in April.
Was it? I thought it was in February.
Well, I have a post in which is dedicated to it, and I'm looking at it right now. I published it April 10th.
Really?
Yeah, my caption was, "These ops about to catch these feet."
But how long ago were you? When was your first video then?
My first ever video was on March 28th.
So this was like just as you were 2 weeks after you started.
But yeah, so by that, literally, it was after my second video that I'm pretty sure probably the week of my second video that those leaks came out. Or maybe just after, but it was definitely April. It was definitely April, because I remember seeing it and being like, "I'm gonna post something funny," and then I posted that, and it got 2 likes. Yeah.
I posted about the twin gun volley. I don't know, so long. I post so much in the community tab now that I gotta actually like scroll. Like, if this was in April, shit, I post so much. I have a problem.
I have an addiction, man. But yeah, we didn't know each other at that time, and I believe we didn't know each other until the end of my initial what was it? It was after my alignment videos, really.
Yeah, because
then we had some plans that we made for when I came back from Scotland.
Yeah, my video, my post said, "No way, my glorious Metavision Kin Himsagi just scored a 2-stage fake volley goal. Isagi drew first blood for Bastard mentioned BLUELOCK chapter 257 leaks." That was dude, that was a moment when that happened. I think Kaiser's moment tops it, in my opinion. Just
the stocks market for Isagi falls so hard when he's just not scoring.
Yeah, but it peaks dramatically, like by a
Yeah,
large
everyone
margin.
starts sucking Isagi's dick when he starts scoring.
I mean, I would too. But
when he's not scoring, everyone's like, "Who the
right.
fuck is this guy?"
Okay, I'm gonna post the announcement in the Discord.
All right,
Big news and
you can at
event
everyone.
dropping on stream in 2 minutes. Tune in now. You won't want to miss it. Okay.
Well, I'll set a clock for 2 minutes.
Yeah, everyone, go to the Discord right now and say in chat, big event's happening right now. Go there and get people in. At 1:23, or whenever the timer goes off for Ravin, we're going to reveal the event.
Yeah, I've started the 2-minute timer, so...
It's not colored manga.
Get in.
Alright, use your prediction. Say your predictions right now. Whoever's closest wins. They don't win anything.
Yeah,
or no, they'll win. They'll win. Give them a roll. Give them a
Huh?
roll in the Discord. Give them a roll in the
No,
Discord.
I'm not doing that shit. I said it
Yeah.
last time. I'm not doing that.
What if they could be my glorious Metavision King? That make that the role.
I ain't doing that shit. If you win, I will remember that you won.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at that anonymous note.
We all know who's. You know who? Do you know who Mudang is?
Who's Mudang?
The pygmy hippo, little pygmy hippo that just got born in I think it was the Korean zoo or something.
Oh,
Mudang.
okay, yeah.
Mudang the goat, bro. I would die for Mudang.
Man, we found our new Harambe.
Have you not seen Mudang?
I've seen posts about it, but I guess I just didn't pay much attention because I was just like, oh, a hippo.
But he's adorable.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I just don't dwell on things much. I guess.
Look at
Mudang.
Just... let's see prediction. Colored manga. Prediction for what? We have a huge event that's going to be going on, and you guys are going to get to put your predictions in of what the event actually is. No, it has not been done as far as I'm aware within the BLUELOCK community, so it's going to go insane.
It's gonna go crazy, guys.
IRL match with BLUELOCK content creators? No, because everyone is in every different fucking part of the world. Raven's in England. I'm in Florida. Hideo's over in California. I think Suki. What do you say? Arizona?
Yeah.
If you guys want to watch my videos a lot and give me a ton of money, if I can get enough money to pay for everyone to fly out, then shit, I'll do it.
I'll body everyone.
Oh yeah.
He's shaving his head. Yeah.
Totally. Right. How's the timer?
The timer is now up. All right. Everyone who's in?
Sheila, really? Really? Oh, wait, before we do say this. Episode Nagi chapters are likely coming next week. If you look at... I gotta pull this back up now. If you look at what they mention on the text here, you can't really see it, but I'll expand it if I can. They mention episode Nagi in the little description here. So episode Nagi will likely be happening next week, which is gonna make the stream even fucking cooler. All right, are you guys ready for the event?
Get a verification in chat. Everyone type in chat if you're ready. Everyone type in chat. I want to see people talking because this is massive. This is massive.
Even Ravin admits that this is a huge event.
And I don't get excited for things.
No. Yeah, they're really typing in chat now, aren't they? I also well, probably because I do have a 20-second delay. I don't know how do I fix that.
All right. People are ready. Okay,
you ready? So the event is going to be happening on next week's stream. We are going to be having an interview with the voice actor for Julian Loki. I'm not bullshitting. This is so for real. We are going to be doing an interview. He's going to be on live on this stream next weekend, same time as always, noon, next week on Sunday. We're going to be doing a live with the English voice actor for Julian Loki. As far as I'm aware, we are only doing an interview. However, it is likely that he's going to be joining us for not only a chapter review, but also the anime episode review, as well as the episode Nagi chapter if it does release before next week.
Yeah, English voice actor should specify. English voice actor.
The English voice actor for Julian Loki. So, if you guys are excited for this, I'm gonna make a post about it tomorrow on the community posts. I'll also make a post for on the announcements here. I'm also gonna ask other content creators to shout it out on their respective Discords. I want you guys to list your questions for what you would like to have asked for the voice actor. It can be about his career in voice acting, him as a person, his thoughts on the series, his thoughts on Loki, predictions, anything relating to the series or him as a voice actor. Leave your thoughts. Me and Ravin are gonna go through and we're gonna select. I think we should list off three questions of our own. Three questions of our own that we want to ask him.
Please leave them in the suggestions. We'll pick out a variety of them and see, and we'll have our own questions as well.
We'll have about three questions of our own, I'd like to say, and then we give about 4 questions from the community. So, you guys go in, ask your questions, and it will be a chance to be asked to him directly. And if he goes over the chapter with us, he'll be there for... If we do this, and we do the interview, assuming the interview goes from about 30 minutes to an hour, the stream could go upwards of 2 to 2.5, 3 hours. Because we have a lot to go on. We have the chapter, episode Nagi, and the anime, along with this interview, which is insane. So
basically, this is October is the month of Blue Lock, and this is why.
I'm not bullshitting you. I'll pull up, like, I reached out to him specifically through email, like, if you would like to do an interview regarding season, and he responded back yesterday. It's gonna be interesting. Why didn't you guys get Henri's voice actor? I've reached out to a lot of voice actors. So far, I've reached out to Isagi, Bachira, Bado, and Loki's voice actor. Oh, I've also reached out to Sai. Sai has not responded back. Now they have the other ones. Loki's voice actor, Kevin D. Thelwell, is the first person to respond back.
Well, he's our favorite. He is our favorite.
At least right now, he's one of the most relevant characters in the series right now, and in the manga.
Makes sense.
So it's gonna be something. If you guys have any other voice actors you'd like me to reach out to in regards to another potential interview, let me know. I'm trying to, bring some enjoyment and some content to the Blue Lock community, because despite Blue Lock being the most sold manga last year by like 3 million volumes, the community itself isn't that, like, there's not a lot of content. There's not a lot of unique content creators out there, so I want to provide you guys with some kind of enjoyment. The next voice actor I'm going to try and reach out to, I'm going to try and reach out to both Ravin and Shidou.
Yeah.
Because that would be very interesting.
Ravin,
do me the solid.
I will point this out. I'll point this out. I'm going to Comic-Con. Well, it's happening October 25th, and I'm going to be meeting the voice actors for Isagi, Rin, and Bachira. During my time there, I plan, this is not a guaranteed thing, so don't get your hopes up, but I plan to get multiple signatures down and giving them away. Don't get your hopes up, but I'm planning to do that.
Should we show them what is actually getting signed?
Yeah. Yeah. Go for it.
I'll pull it up right now. So I personally did not a commission, because you didn't pay me, but because we love the community so much, we decided Raven's gonna go to the convention and get a signature sign, some signatures from these voice actors, and I wanted to help him out with that, so I colored a panel from the manga with all 3 of those characters that's gonna get signed, and you guys will have the potential to win them yourself, if that's something you want.
The requirements we will announce once I get them, because I'm not guaranteeing that I'm getting them. But basically, just stay tuned after when I come back. It'll be on the. Let me check the dates. It'll be on the 27th when I get back. So I'll be like around. I hope to be around for your stream, but if not, I will just announce it like personally on the Discord and then on our channels respectively. But yeah, hope you guys are excited for that. I have a lot of other things planned as well. Well, to do with like personal and YouTube stuff. So I will keep you guys updated. But yeah, for me and Arrow, big month.
Yeah.
Big month.
So this is the piece of art that I colored for the autographs. This is what would be signed by each of the voice actors respectively.
Stop asking Japanese or English. The Japanese, you know, they primarily speak Japanese, right? Don't expect them to come to an English Comic Con.
Yeah, it's the English voice actors for each of these characters. But for this, you'll get the autographs from the English voice actors. And you'll have a chance to win this. Raven, you want to explain exactly how they have the opportunity to win this?
That's when I get them, because I'm not guaranteeing that I'll get them. But I do have. I have six printed and cut out of these colored manga panels, and I plan to get all 6 of them signed.
That's
and
gonna be a lot.
I'm not saying that I'm giving away 6. Some of these are for friends. I will aim for 3 of them to be given away.
Okay.
I'll basically the other ones I have planned. I'll have a spare one in case you want it, Arrow. But
I mean, I won't mind it.
Yeah.
Please do an interview with Adam Blake's voice actor. Who is the voice Adam for Adam Blake?
Move. I don't believe in male bodies.
Here's the concern though. We want voice actors who are somewhat popular. Like I get it would be interesting to have him on, but at the same time he doesn't do a lot of.
Yeah, Loki's relevant, so it makes sense. Like Sai would be a better option.
He's still a huge voice actor. I mean, he voices Dabi and he voices Dabi in My Hero and Lucci in One Piece. Like he's still
that's insane.
He's still a huge voice actor, but just he's not a huge voice actor in relation to BLUELOCK.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway, those are the things which is happening. We're going to have the English voice actor for Julian Loki on next weekend on Sunday, same time. Stay tuned for that. Mark your calendars. Be ready for that. Prepare your questions in the suggestions chat. I will point that out in the server later on.
Dude,
but
this weekend's gonna be fucking insane for BLUELOCK. This upcoming weekend, we have my video that comes out at 10:30. We at 10 o'clock. BLUELOCK anime comes out at 10:30. Your video goes up that day as well. So 3 pieces of content from BLUELOCK on that day, and then you have we have the stream on Sunday with the interview with Loki's voice actor. We have our NEO podcast usual stuff. I think Raven said he's gonna post. You said you're gonna post your episode review on Sunday as well.
No, it's on the Friday.
On.
No. Oh no. Oh yeah, my episode review is going to be on the Sunday. Sorry. Yeah.
So you get my stream, the interview, and his episode review, and then you'll have mine potentially on that Monday. So back to back days of BLUELOCK content. Oh.
Yeah, busiest weekend. I'm also going to reveal what else is happening soon, and of course, like I plan to be at this Comic-Con to interact with these people. If I can get an interview done, I will try, but I don't guarantee that. I just plan to get stuff signed and maybe turn up to their panel, but that's depending on if I have time because I plan to like get back home early.
So isn't Shidou's English voice actor the same one for Gojo's? No. So that's the sub. The sub voice actor for Shidou also is the sub actor for Gojo. The guy who does Shidou's English Shidou's English voice actor. His name is Van Bar Jr. He does not a lot of other huge roles, as far as I'm aware. He does the character named Kelvin in Black Summoner. Edge of Eternity. He's a voice actor in that. He's in Pokemon Masters. He's like the dude who's the big Team Magma guy, the fat big Magma leader. He voices him. But there's not a lot of huge characters aside from Shidou that I know of that he voices. That's on this. But if that's something you guys want to see, reach out to these voice actors yourself. Not spam them. Don't annoy them. But it'd be like, hey, would you be interested in, doing this? Don't annoy them. Don't spam them. That's not cool. They have their life. But, if you want to once I wouldn't mind it myself. I'm gonna reach out to them myself through email again, see if they're interested. But yeah, if this is something you guys want to see, show your support, man. I'm gonna try and do my best for the community, and yeah, Raven's doing his part as well to help the community out, and we're carrying this thing. We're carrying.
Okay.
We're not. We might not be huge content creators like Hideo, but we're doing a hell ton.
We will reach out to him if we can bring in the extra numbers. How about that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because we would want this to do well, and we want this to be acknowledged. So we'll reach out to Hideo and see what we can do.
But yeah, thank you guys.
He responds to me.
Yeah, I'll DM him. I'll DM him myself. But yeah, this is something I'm very excited to do for you guys, and if you guys are excited yourselves, tune into the stream. You know, show your support, like, subscribe, share this account to your friends who also like BLUELOCK. They might enjoy these kinds of things too. I'm gonna make a post tomorrow. Leave your comments and questions that you would like answered on the stream. We're gonna pick me and Raven. We're gonna pick out 4 from that community post to have on a stream, or to ask him personally, just depending on how long he wants to be on the stream for. And you know, do something that we're gonna try and do for the community. So if that's something you want to see, tune into the stream, like, subscribe, go over to Raven, go check out his new video that he posted. I haven't seen it myself. I'm going to, but he says this is one of his most ambitious ones yet, so I'm very excited. It's linked down below as well. Go sub to him. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Anything you want to say, Raven?
I'm a god sprinter.
Well, don't say that in front of the voice actor tomorrow. He might take a little bit of offense. He's the god sprinter, bro.
How about I race him? That's the stream.
All right. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to the stream, and we'll see you guys next week. No BLUELOCK matchup live this Friday. I have plans. It's girlfriend's birthday, so I'm taking her out, and so I'm not going to be doing a.
Just wait for my video, because I'm uploading on Friday. So, and then I'm also uploading on Sunday. So just instead of a live stream, you'll get my video. How about that?
Oh, one thing I want to say. Thank you guys for 400 people in the Discord. I really appreciate you guys going in and joining Discord, engaging with the community, helping us out. It means a lot. If you want to join it yourself, the link is in the description of the stream as well. Yeah, if that's something you're interested in, go ahead. Join the Discord. You'll get to be a part of more Discord exclusive events like the matchup live streams that we'll be doing. Try and do every Friday unless something comes up. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the announcement and are very excited. We'll see you guys next week